that is 0 multiplied by the base raised to the power that you assign to it, which is 1.
This meeting is being publicly streamed.
Then plus the last one. So the last one is what? 7 multiplied by 10 raised to power the number you assign to it. So this is how to write a number base in its expanded form or as a power of its what? Of its base. Now number 2. So let's say we have 476 base 8. 476 base 8. If you have 476 base 8, the same thing happens. You number it from your right to left, starting from 0. So this is 0, 1, 2. So then you write it out. The number, which is 4, multiplied by the base 8, that base raised to the power you assign to it, then plus the next one, 7 multiplied by the base 8 raised to the power you assign to it, 1, plus the next one, 6 multiplied by the base 8 raised to the power you assign to it, 0, then like this. So the next one, 11001 base 2. So if you have this, how do you write this in expanded form or as a power of this base? The same thing, write it as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be 1 times 2 raised to power 4 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 3 plus 0 times 2 raised to power 2 plus 0 times 2 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0. So that's it. Please, if you have a question, please ask. But how do you write something like 101.011 in base 2? How do you write it in expanded form? So if you have a number with a decimal, treat the non-decimal fraction part, the whole number part, as usual. So I'm going to label this as, so that first part, which is 101, I will label it as 0, 1, 2 as usual. Then y digit after the decimal point, you go to your negative number. Since there is no negative 0 or positive 0, 0 is the neutral number. So this will be negative 1, this will be negative 2, and that last one will be negative what? 3. So if you simplify this, that will be 1 times 2 raised to power 2 plus 0 times 2 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0 plus 0 times 2 raised to power minus 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power minus 2 plus 1 times 2 raised to power minus 3. So that's it. Please, if you are done, let me know so that I can move on.
I'm sure, sir.
Okay. Now, after this, so the next one we want to look at is conversion. Conversion. So let's say conversion between bases. Conversion between bases. Conversion between bases. So when we say conversion between bases, there are 3 formats here. So what is that? So the first one is converting from one base, conversion from a base base 10. Number 2, conversion from base 10 to another base. And the third one is conversion from a base to another base. So let's just put it like this. So we are going to look at these one by one. So we look at how to convert from base 10 to what, any other base, then from other bases to base 10. So we look at it one by one. So let's start with the first one. The first one is converting from a base to base 10. Please, if you have a question, please call my attention. So conversion from other bases to base 10. So how do you convert from other bases to base 10? So it's still the same thing as how you express a number as a power of its base, or how you write it in expanded form. But instead of stopping there, to convert from other bases to base 10, you are going to complete that process. Meaning you are going to simplify to the last extent. So, example 1. I have a question that says change 625 base 7 to base 10. So how do we change this to base 10? So you go back to your expanded form. So solution, you have your 625 base 7. So you are going to start with writing it as a power of its what? Base. So that's 0, 1, 2. Now simplify this. If you simplify this, it will be 6 times 7 raised to power 2 plus the next one, 2 times 7 raised to power 1 plus the last one, which is 5 times 7 raised to power 0. 5 times 7 raised to power 0. But instead of stopping here, what we will now do is what? We continue. So then you simplify this. So that will give you 6 times 7 raised to power 2. That's 7 times 7, that's 49. Then plus the next one, 2 times 7 raised to power 1, that is 7, plus the next one, 5 times 7 raised to power 0, that is 1. Then you simplify. So 6 times 49, so what's 6 times 49?
294, sir.
294. Then plus 2 times 7, that's 14, and this is 5. So if you add everything together, what are you going to have? I think that should be 313 base 10. So that's how to convert from any base to base 10. Now, number 2, we have a question that says we should convert 11001 in base 2. in base 2 to base 10. So try this and tell me your answer. You can try this. Try this. If you are done, let me know. Tell us your answer. Are you on it?
Sir, that's 5 3 base 10, sir. 53 base 10,
That's
sir.
53 base 10. That is correct. 53 base 10. That's correct. So how do we get that? You will label it out, and that will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this will be 1 multiplied by the base 2 raised to power 5 plus 1 multiplied by the base 2 raised to power 4 plus is 0 times 2 raised to power 3 plus next one is 1 multiplied by 2 raised to power 2 plus is 0 times 2 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0. So 1 multiplied by 2 raised to power 0. So if you now simplify this, what are you going to have? So 2 raised to power 5, that is 32, plus 2 raised to power 4, that's 16, 2 raised to power 3, that's 8, 2 raised to power 2, that's 4, and 2 raised to power 1, that's 2, and 2 raised to power 0, that's 1. So if you simplify all of these out, 1 multiplied by 32 is 32, 1 multiplied by 16 is 16, 0 multiplied by 8 is 0, 1 multiplied by 4 is 4, 0 multiplied by 2 is 0, and 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. So if you add all of these together, that will give us 53. So 53 base 10. Now, let's move further. So example 2, example 3. So we have a question to say that we should convert 101.011 in base 2 to base 10 to base 10. So as I explained, you are going to use the same thing, but this is with decimal. So you treat the decimal parts separately and the whole number part separately. So you have 101.011 base 2. So let's label this. That will be, this will be 0, 1, 2. Why this will be -1, -2, and -3. So if you simplify these out, we are going to have 1 times 2 raised to power 2 plus 0 times 2 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0 plus the next one is 0 times 2 raised to power -1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power -2 plus 1 times 2 raised to power -3. 1 times 2 raised to power minus 3. So if you simplify these out, you are going to have 2 raised to power 2, that's 4, is 2, is 1, and 2 raised to power minus 1 is 1 over 2 plus 2 raised to power minus 2 is 1 over 4, and 2 raised to power minus 3 is 1 over what? 8. Then you simplify these out. So you can leave your answer as a mixed number, or you leave it as in decimal form. So this is 1 over 4 and the last one 1 times 1 over what? 8. So if you multiply this, you have 4. Then if you simplify this out, you have this place as 4, you have this as 0, you have this as 1, you have this as 0, you have this as 1 over 4, and you have this as 1 over 8. So if you add the whole number, 4 plus 1, that is 5. While the fraction, you are going to have 3 over 8 in base what? Base 10. Or you can leave it as in decimal form, that's 5.375 base 10. I hope that's clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think that's fine. So let's do the second part. So the second part is how to convert from base 10 to other bases. Conversion from base 10 to other bases. Conversion from base 10 to any other basis. To any other what? Other basis. Now, to solve this question, the most common method we use to solve this is called successive division. Successive division. Successive division. So you continue to divide, you have that number in base 10 divided by the base you are converting to, and you register the remainder at every step. You register the remainder at every steps until the division is not possible again. Then after that, what you now do is what? Your result is upward collection of remainder. Upward collection of the remainders. That is your answer. Now look at what I'm trying to say. The question says convert 124 base 10 to a number in base 8, to a number in base 8, to a number in base 8. So to solve this question, so how do you solve this? So you take the base 10 number, which is 124, you divide it by the base you are converting to. So the question asks us to convert it to base 8, so we divide by 8. and every step, so we put the remainder here. So we check how many hits can we get in 124. So if you don't know it offhand, you can do it bit by bit. So 8 in 12, that's 1, remainder 4. Put the 4 in front of the 4, making it to be 44. So 8 in 44, that is 5. That's 40, remainder 4. Then you go again, divide by 8. 8 in 15, that is 1, remainder 7. Then 8 in 1, that is not possible. So you have your 0, then remainder 1. So because 8 cannot divide 1, so we just say 0, remainder 1. So your answer is upward collection of the remainder. Upward collections of the remainder. So your answer is what? 174 base what? 8. 174 base 8. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So example 2. Example 2. We have a question that says that we should convert. Okay, let's convert 15 to base 10. So, okay, the question is this: express 15
Excuse me, sir.
in
You
base
need to be
10
175, not 174.
in binary.
The up that remainder.
Wait,
If 15 remainder 5.
wait. 8 in 12 is what?
15
8 in
remainder
12
5.
is what?
80.
Calm down. Calm down. 8 in 12.
8 in 12 is 1.5.
Wait. Oh. How many hits can you see in 12? Just answer that question. How many hits can you see in 12?
1.
1. So that remains what? That remains what?
4. 4.
So if you put the 4 with this 4, that is 44, right?
Yes, sir.
So 8 in 44.
5.5.
Oh, I don't need that decimal part. How many 8s can you see in 44?
5.
5.
5. So 5 remainder what?
5 remainder 5.
In 44. Do you understand what you
So I'm coming, sir. Let me.
see? That your 0.5 that you are
Remainder
using there,
4.
that is not the word remainder. Like I can see that you are using a calculator. That decimal number, that digit you have after the decimal, when you press your calculator, that is not the remainder. Please, that is not the remainder. Do you get that?
Okay, sir.
So I think it is fine now. So we have this question that says that express 15 in base 10 in binary. So we all know the meaning of binary. So binary means what? Base 2, right? So what do you, so solve this, what's the answer? These are the options. So what's the answer here?
Mm.
The correct answer is D. Please, do we all understand how is D?
I understand, sir.
Okay, so that's fine. So now let's increase this level. So let's say question C, we should express 12 points, express 12.625 in base 10 in base 2 in base 2. So we want to express 12.625 in base 2. So how do you solve this? So this is the way you would solve this. Please listen. You pick the, okay, let me try to put the option there because it's an objective question. Okay, so let's work with this. So how do you solve this? You are going to pick the whole number parts. You pick the whole number parts, so which is 12. You convert that first to 4. So 12 to base 2 and the remainder. So 2 in 12. 2 divided by 12, that's 6. Remainder 0. Then 2 in 6, 3, remainder 0. Then 2 in 3, 1, remainder 1. And 2 in 1, that's 0, remainder 1. So your answer for the whole number part is 1100. So you check your answer, the one with 1100. So from here, it's obvious that our answer is either what? C or D. So next, you have to now check the decimal fraction part. So to check the decimal fraction part, you take your 0 points. So that's is 0.625. Now, since we are converting this to what? To base 2, you multiply it by 2. Multiply each of these step by 2. So if you multiply this by 2, you are going to have 1.25. So you are taking the one that is there, that 1.25. From this 1.25, again, you multiply it by 2. If you multiply this by 2, you are going to have what? What are you going to have here? Hello?
Sir, please, I don't understand, sir.
Okay. Now look at this. What is the what given number? 12.625, right?
Yes, sir.
So you break it into two, this and this part. So you are going to convert 12 to base 10 the what normal way. So that is what we have done here, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you get that? Now you will now take the decimal fraction part. So the decimal fraction part there is what? Is 0.625, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is 0.625. You continue to multiply it by 2. So multiply, why are we multiplying by 2? Because we are converting to base 2. So if you multiply this by 2, what are you going to have? Do you understand what I'm saying? Hello?
That's 1.25, sir.
Now 1.25, so you will write that down, 1.225. Now that was 1.25. Multiply it again by what? 2. If you multiply 1.25 by 2, what are you going to have?
2.5.
2.5.
I'm coming, but let me use the red part. So 1.25 multiplied by 2, that will be what?
2.5, sir.
2.5, right?
Stop.
I'm coming. I need a part here. Okay, wait. Let's do this. Let's do it like this. Now, I believe you all would understand that 12, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is 0.625. Let's convert it to what? To a fraction. If you convert 0.625 to a fraction, that is 625 divided by 1000, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you divide it by what, since it is divided by 1000, so we can what, reduce it further. So how do you what reduce this further? You can divide by, I think you can divide by 125. So if you divide that one by 125, you are going to have 5. And if you divide 125 divided by 1000 divided by 125, that will give you what? 8. So take this your 5 over 8. That means that 0.625 is something as 5 over what? 8. So this 5 over 8, you can break it into what? Especially that numerator, break it so that it can have a power of what? Of 2. All the powers of 2. Just break it into it. Now, what do I mean by that? If you look at what power of 2, we have 2 raised to power 0, that is 1. We have 2 raised to power 1, that is 2. We have 2 raised to power 2, that's 4. We have 2 raised to power 3, that's 8. You have 2 raised to power 4, that is 16. So like that. So just check what are the things that you can pick from here that will give you 5. That's 1 plus 4, right? 1 plus 4 will what? Give me 5. Then bring this down. That will give me 1 over 8 plus 4 over 8. Simplify this further. 1 over 8 is still 1 over 8. Why 4 over 8 is what? 1 over 2. Express this as a power of 2. We have 1 over 2 raised to power 3. And here we have 1 over 2 raised to power 1. If you write it out, we have this same thing as saying 1 times 2 raised to power minus 3 plus this same thing as saying 1 times 2 raised to power minus 1. Now, if you check from here, we have raised to power minus 1. Since we have raised to power minus 1, so we are going to have our point 1. There is not raised to power minus 2, that will be 0. And there is raised to power minus 3, that is 1. So which will tell us that our 12.625 base 10 is. So from 12, we got 1100 points. Then from 0.625, we got what? 101. So your answer is option D. Do you understand what I've done or not? Please, if you don't understand, let me know. I will re-explain.
I don't understand it, sir.
Okay. Please, immediately you don't understand the concept, please let me know immediately. Instead of I will have finished everything, then you now tell me you don't understand. Is that clear? Please, like, now listen. Now listen to this. Please, I need you to pay attention here. If we have 101.111 and we want to number it. How do we would number this? We would number it as 0, 1, 2, right? While digits after the word decimal point, we do it as -1, -2, -3, right?
Yes, sir.
So my main part, this part here.
So that's
Okay. Now, if you would write it out, it will be 1 times 2 raised to power 2 plus 0 times 2 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0. So I'm okay with this one. Now, the main part that I want us to focus on is this part here, this decimal fraction part. This same thing as 1 times 2 raised to power -1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power -2 plus 1 times 2 raised to power minus what? 3, right? Now, which is the same thing if I have 101.10 or let's say 001. So this is also 0, 1, 2, -1, -2, -3. You will see that this 0 here is having a 0 times 2 raised to power -1 plus 0 times 2 raised to power -2. And the last one is what? 1 times 2 raised to power -3. You will agree with me that in solving this thing, 0 times anything is 0, right? And 0 times anything is what? 0. Is that clear? Now, if you know that 0 times anything is what? Is 0. Now, let's come backward to this place. When I solve 12, we got 1100. Now, the next one, which is the decimal fraction part, is 0.625. I converted the 0.625 to what? To fraction, and that is 625 divided by 1000. Reduce 625 divided by 1000 to the lowest term, that is 5 over what? 8. Now, from this 5 over 8, you are to target the numerator. You have to look at how can you split that 5 using the powers of what? 2. Look at the powers of 2 here. That's 2 raised to power 0, which is 1, 2 raised to power 1, which is 2, 2 raised to power 2, which is 4, 2 raised to power 3, which is 8, 2 raised to power 4, which is 16, and so on. So how can you break it down? And if you look at that 5 is same thing as what? 1 plus 4. 1 plus 4 will give me 5, right? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, if 1 plus 4 is 1 plus 4 over 8, mathematically is the same thing as this. Is the same thing as writing it as 1 over 8 plus 4 over 8. And 1 over 8 cannot be simplified further. That's why I put it like that as 1 over 8. But 4 over 8 can be simplified further to 1 over what? 2. You can now simplify each of them to base 2. So 8 is 8 is 2 raised to power 3. 2 is same thing as 2 raised to power 1. If you convert it back, that 1 over 2 raised to power 3 is same thing as what? 1 times 2 raised to power minus 3. And that 1 over 2 raised to power 1 is same thing as 1 times 2 raised to power minus 1. If you now look at this analysis, you will agree with me that I can rewrite this thing. This thing that I have here, like I can write it as 1 times 2 raised to power minus 1 plus, since there is no raised to power minus 2, I can say same thing as 0 times 2 raised to power minus 2. And there is minus 3. So what minus 3 is what? 1 times 2 raised to power minus 3. So you will just bring out all of these things that you have here, all of these ones. So this one So you will write it, the one of minus 2 and the one of minus 3. So that's why I got that what? 101. Is it clear now? Hello, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Please, we are going to solve one more question so that you can understand better. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that after you express it to this format, any raised to power that is not there, you are going to assume it to be 0. And it's not that we are assuming, it's just that that thing is something as saying is 0 times that power raised to power minus this, is 0 times that power raised to power minus that, is 0 times that power raised to power minus that. So if you are done with this, so let me know so that we can pick another question. Can we move on? Can we move on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's look at this. This question says that we should convert 3 divided by 8 in base 10 to binary. And the options are A, we have 1 base 2. B, we have 0.111 in base 2. C, we have 0.11 in base 2. D, we have 0.011 in base 2. And E, we have 0.0011 in base 2. Now let's solve this now. So how do you solve this? So solution, how do we solve this? Now please, I need you to pay what attention now. Now you have 3 over 8. 3 over 8 is a fraction already, so there is no whole number parts. So I know that my answer will be 0 point. That 0 here is the whole number part that is not there. Now what I will now do is that I will focus on the numerator. How can I break the numerator into a power of what? 2. Remember, what are power of 2? 2 raised to power 0, 1. 2 raised to power 1, that's 2. 2 raised to power 2, that's 4. 2 raised to power 3, that's 8, and so on. So if you look at it, how can I break 3? I can only break 3 to what? 1 plus 2 divided by what? 8. Right? Now, you can split this up to be 1 over 8 plus 2 over 8. And if you simplify this 1 over 8 plus 2 over 8 very well, 1 over 8 is still 1 over 8, and 2 over 8 is 1 over what? 4. Now, if you now if you now express this as a power of 2, 8 is same thing as 2 raised to power 3, and 4 is the same thing as what? 2 raised to power 2. Now, by the time you solve this out, you can rewrite this thing as 1 times 2 raised to power minus 3 and what? This same thing as 1 times 2 raised to power minus 2. Now, from here, you will see that there is no minus 1. Whenever we are trying to write, to label this thing, if you come back to this place, you will see that we always start with what? Minus 1. We always start with minus 1. But here, there is no minus 1. So if there is no minus 1, you are going to assume that that minus 1 is what? 0. We have minus 2, 1. We have minus 3, 1. So that is your answer. So in base what? 2. And that's option D. Is it clear now? Is it clearer?
Yes, sir.
Please, if you still don't understand, please let me know. Let me know. Please say it out. Let me know. Okay. Now, if you understand, please try this. 9/16 in base 10, convert it to binary number. 9/16, convert it to binary number. So what's the answer? So what's the answer? Hello? Are you guys?
Sir, I got 0.011 base 2, sir.
Is 0 point. Please, can you say that again?
0.011 base 2, sir.
That's a nice try, but it's wrong.
Okay, sir.
So let me explain it. Okay, let me ask you some questions. What are the numbers that you had to give 9?
1 plus 8, sir.
1 plus 8.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you add 1 plus 8, which is fine, yes. So divided by what? 16. So by the time you will simplify it You now have what?
1/16 plus 8/16, sir.
Thank you. So 8/16 can be simplified further to what?
1/2, sir.
So now if you now express each of them as base 2, firstly, you are on the right track. I don't just know where you make that mistake. So you said 1 plus 8/16, right?
Yes, sir.
So this will be 1/16 plus 8/16, and that is 1/16 plus 1 over what? 2. And this is the same thing as 1/2 raised to power 4 plus 1/2 raised to power 1. And this same thing as 1 times 2 raised to power minus 4 plus 1 times 2 raised to power minus 1. And if you look at this place, since we have what? We have -1. That will be 1. We don't have -2, 0. We don't have -3, 0. We have -4, 1. So that is your answer. So it's 0.1001. So where do you make that mistake? Where?
In my answer, sir, I picked out the one whole number out of the two, and that's how I concluded it.
No. So you
0.1.
have to check. Now you have to check your powers. Since you have raised to power minus 1, it means that 1 is there. There is no
Oh,
raised to power minus 2. That's 0. There is no raised to power minus 3. That's 0. There is raised to power minus 4, and that's 1. And you have to place it accordingly, please. You place it accordingly. This 1 here is for this. Why this 1 is for this? Do you get that?
like how, sir?
No. Remember, in your solving, raised to power minus 1 comes first.
Yes, sir.
So that's why this one that I'm putting here is for this raised to power minus 1. Do
Oh,
you get what I'm saying
okay,
now?
sir.
Uh-huh.
Understand, sir.
So then minus 2 is not there. That's why this is the 0. Minus 3 is not there. This is the 0. Minus 4 is there. That is this one here. So now they
Please, can you come again?
coming from where?
From this part of converting everything to 0.1001.
Okay. Now, do you understand up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you will now check. Do you have raised to power minus 1? Do you
Yes,
have a
sir.
power of raised to power? So if you have, that would be 1. Which
Okay,
is this
sir.
one that is here? Do you have raised to power minus 2?
No, sir.
So that is why you have this 0. So do you have raised to power minus 3?
No, sir.
So that's why we have this 0. So do we have raised to power minus 4?
Yes, sir.
So that's why we have this 1.
Thanks, sir.
Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
So thank you. So can we move on now? So the third part, which is converting from one base to another base. Conversion of a number base or of a number in one base to a number in another base. to a number in another base. To a number in another what? In another base. Now, conversion of a number in one base to another base. How do you do it? Now, this one you have to go through 2 steps. Now, the given base, you are first of all convert it to base 10. Then after you convert this to base 10, then you convert it to the required base. You convert it to the required what? Required base. So the given base 10, and the required what? Base. So I believe you can do all of this, and that's what we've been doing since. So what you are going to do for me is this. I want you to convert 134 base 5 to base 2. So what's your answer? Quickly. Blah blah.
Ṣé kíláàsì tó ń tíṣà ọmọ yìí àgbà? Ṣekúṣe Yorùbá.
So what's the answer? So what's the answer?
110,110 base 2, sir.
Any other contrary answer to that?
10110.
I can't hear you. Please, can you speak up?
10110.
Your voice is not clear, it's cracking. But the first person that answered, that answer is not correct. But let's see where you made that mistake. Now let me ask, 134 base 5. When you convert it to base 10, what is your answer? When you convert this to base 10, what's your answer?
So, I said my answer is
Go on. Please take that again, please.
101101 base 2.
No. When you convert 134 to base 5, what answer do you get?
45.
Is it 45 or 44? Please check it very well. I think it should be 44.
Sorry, it's 44.
Aha. So you should get 44 in base 10. So if you now convert 44 in base 10 to base 2, so what are you going to have?
101100.
101100. That's correct. To base what? to base 2. That's how to solve that. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So one of the past question, so the question says convert 42 base 5 to a base to base, okay, to a base 3 numerals, to a base 3 numeral. So options: A, we have 201 base 3. B, we have 210 base 3. C, we have 211 base 3. And D, we have 222 base 3. So what's your answer?
So the answer is C.
C.
Yes, sir. 211 base 3.
And that's what? 211 base
211 base
3.
3.
That is very correct. That's very correct. So now if you look at the word concept that we've treated so far, the first one we've done how to like I introduced the meaning of number system, the types of number system, the names, and there's a rule that I gave you about the fact that a number must not be equal or greater than the base. And after that, we look at how to express a number base as a power of its base, or what refers to as expanded form. So we learned that. Then after that, we do conversion. So under this conversion, we talked about addition, converting from base 10 to other bases. Then we talked about what other bases to base 10, and from one base to another base. So we treated all of that. So the next one that we are going today is we are talking about, let's talk about basic operations under number system. Basic operations on number system or number basis. So what are the basic operations that we have? So we need to learn. Number one is addition, how you add numbers in bases, addition. Number two, subtraction. Number three, multiplication. And the fourth one is division. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to explain something, but we might not solve question because of time. We might not solve questions. So what I just want to do is that I want to explain a concept, and after I explain the concept and you understand the concept, there is no number system question that you won't be able to solve in terms of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Please, can someone here explain how our teachers, how they explain this addition for us? Can someone in this class do that for us? How do you add 23 plus 9? Don't tell us the answer. We want you to explain how. Anybody that can do that? Hello, anybody?
Sir, 23 plus 9. 3 plus
Okay.
9. That's 12. Write 2.
That is
Carry
12.
1.
Wait. Right. Okay, it's 12, right?
Yes, sir.
And we
We,
write what?
we write 2 and carry 1 to that other
Then,
2.
wait. I have a question. I have two questions.
Okay, sir.
Why don't we write all the 12 down?
Sir, to be
Do you
sincere,
know why?
I don't know.
Yeah. And we don't ask this question when we are small. We don't ask that why is it that we cannot write the 12 down? Okay. Now, like another question. Why is it that we are writing 2 carry 1? Why not write 1 carry 2?
Sir, it's the way they taught us.
Okay. Now let me change that orientation now. And like I said, this thing that I want to explain, if you understand it, there is no addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division of number system that you won't be able to do. Look at this. These were 23 plus 9. What base do you think we are working with? Now, if you look at it, we are working in base what? Base 10. And another thing that I want you to know is that if you are solving a question and you are given a number and the number does not have a base, it means that you are working in base 10. Now, the reason you cannot write this 12 is because of the rule that I gave you. 9 plus 3 is 12. But remember, there's a rule that says that what? A number must not be equal or greater than the base. So 12 is greater than the base that we are working with. And it is wrong for 12 to be in base 10. So that is why we cannot write down the 12. Hope I'm making sense.
Yes, sir.
So that's why we cannot write the base. Now that's the answer to the first question. Now the second question is, why do we write 2 carry 1? Why not 1 carry 2? Whenever you are adding in any number base and the number that you have is greater than the base and you cannot write it down, what you do is that you will take the number that you get, divide it by the base. Divide it by the what? Base. So that's why you will see 12 divided by 1, 12 divided by 10, you are going to have 1, remainder what? 2. So it is this 2 that you have here that you are writing down. 12 divided by 10, that's 1, remainder what? 2. So it is this number that you see as the remainder that you put here, and which is what? 2. Then it is this one that you have here that you carry to the so it is this one that you now bring to this place. So you add to this, making what? 3. So that's why the answer is what? 32. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, again, the way you are taught in your school, 23 minus 9. 23 minus 9. Explain it. I'm waiting. 23 minus 9. Okay. Now, let me help you out. The way we were taught. We were taught that what? 3 minus 9, impossible, right? Then we should borrow 1 from 2. borrow 1 from 2. So if you borrow 1 from 2, 2 remain 1, and we add it to what? To 3, and that makes 13. Let's try to rewind a little. You said that borrow 1 from 2, add it to 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. Why is 1 plus 3 in this case now what? 13. Now, the reason is that whenever you are working with a number system and you borrow 1 from a number to another number, or when you borrow 1 from the unit to the tens or from the 100, that 1 that you borrow from that number is equivalent to the base that you are working with. It's equivalent to the what? To the base. So that means that the 1 that you borrow from 2 is the same thing as what? As 10. Is the same thing as what? As 10. Is that clear? Do you understand that now?
Yes, sir.
So this is the concept we are going to be using next class. I'll talking about addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much. We are going to meet next class.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Very grateful, sir.
You are welcome.